Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please take a seat. And welcome to Tallinn for this third edition of the European Rail Safety Days. I am Gregory Holina. I am project manager at the European Union Agency for Railways, where I've been leading the safety culture program. And more recently, I've been in charge of developing a portfolio of safety training and support activities to our stakeholders. I will have the opportunity to describe some of these initiatives later during the conference. This morning, I'm very pleased to be your master of ceremony. We are more than 250 participants representing more than 30 countries. And we also have online participants coming from around the world. And I'd like to address special greetings to our Ukrainian colleagues attending the conference today. We are all committed to safety. So before we start, and since no drilling test is foreseen, I'd like to remind you of the appropriate behavior if an alarm occurs. So please leave your belongings, follow the exit signs calmly, take the staircase, and wait outside for further instructions. Yes, sorry for the online participants. This is of little interest for them. But now it is time to open. And kicking off, I have the pleasure to welcome the Executive Director of the European Union Agency for Railways, Dr. Josef Doppelbauer. Josef.
Many thanks, Gregory. Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Sander, representative of the Estonian Ministry, esteemed friends and colleagues, welcome to the European Rail Safety Days 2023. It is a true pleasure to welcoming you all in Tallinn, the green capital of Europe. And I also have to say that personally, I am overwhelmed. We have started our campaign to promote the positive safety culture in Europe for the European rail system in 2018 in Dubrovnik, where we have started to bring the European community together. Then the next event in 21 in Porto, and we see that we have a dynamic, ever-growing community, and I see lots of familiar faces, not only from the agency, but from the entire community here in this room. And we are also proud to see more and more people from the rail community that are committed to safety and that the activities have flourished. And our safety culture program is gaining importance ever since. What is our safety vision for the European railways? And now I would like to describe this in the words of the European Commissioner for Transport, Adina Vălean, who unfortunately sent her apologies. She cannot be here today with us. Reason is that next week they have the informal Council of the Transport Ministers in Barcelona, and they are very busy preparing it. But the Commissioner has sent us a letter, and that letter highlights some of the key messages. The first message is that rail is the safest mode of land transport. If we look into the latest report of ERA on the state of safety in Europe, we can even see that in the last couple of years, we have even equaled aviation. But this is due to the fact that there were some grave accidents in aviation. But we can still be proud that rail is very safe. But we cannot be complacent. We see that we also from time to time are facing catastrophic accident. And the Commissioner is, of course, referring here to the tragic accident that happened by the end of February in Tempe increase. Then the second message is that we have technical solutions, we have technology, but we need to use them. We have ERTMS, which is certainly not a silver bullet, but we can deploy more quickly the ERTMS and we can improve safety. Of course, in doing that, we also need to address cybersecurity. But, and this is the reason why we are here today, mostly the solution is not only technical. You know that as an agency, we are obliged to report every 2 years on the situation with safety, and we are looking into the significant accidents. And in every single one of the significant accidents, we see that organizational and cultural and human factors play a key role. Now, we see that in these cultural aspects, leadership plays a key role. And leadership and cooperations at all levels in the organization are paramount in guiding the cultural change. Then, and we see the proof today here in this room, it's about working together. And the Commissioner rightfully states, we are all in this together. The Commission, the agency, the national authorities, and the sector. And by the sector, I mean everyone. I mean the operators, the infrastructure managers, and the supply industry. And of course, when it is about behavior, the Commissioner said, as leaders, your behavior counts more than anybody's else. And the Commissioner, of course, expresses the appreciation of our dedication to improving rail safety in the European Union, and she also highlights that we are in this journey together and that with our efforts we should make a profound difference. So let us give a round of thank you applause to the Commissioner for her encouraging words. So now let me come back to some facts and let us look at the achievements over the past couple of years. I have already mentioned that rail is the safest mode of surface transport, and we can all be proud of the improvements that we have made over the past decades. But we still have a situation where we have the so-called, we call them fatal accidents, and we also see that parts of our systems, in particular infrastructure, are becoming increasingly unsafe. And of course, we do not want to be in a situation where we have a generally high level of safety, but from time to time, we are interrupted by fatal accidents. I was in Greece immediately after the accident at Tempe, and I can tell you that the atmosphere there was really, for me, it took to my heart, because the devastation does not only stop with the family and relatives, also those involved in the operational activities are deeply concerned about the serious impacts, and of course, they want answers. They want answers why this could happen. And this brings us actually to the key topic of this Railway Safety Day. And one key to further improving the safety system in Europe is learning. We are appropriately in the European Year of Skills, but as you know, our campaign to promote safety and safety culture has, of course, started way before. And a positive safety culture is about reporting, about learning, and about improving. We have put on the table a proposal for a common safety method on the assessment of safety levels and safety performance. And with that legal proposal, we have introduced a novelty, and this novelty is called learning legislation. So legislation that is not fixed and cast in stone, but legislation that is itself ready to adopt new knowledge and new approaches. Because this, in our view, is a major step towards transforming safety management in the European Union. A harmonized framework for safety management coupled with a mandate for continuous improvement and support. Now, coming back to accidents, learning is, of course, also related to accident investigation. Every tragic accident is a learning opportunity, and investigations are there to provide valuable insights. And, of course, these insights should help to prevent further accidents from happening. Why is learning and sharing of information important? Because the legislator puts the responsibility for rail safety clearly in the hands of the operating entities, infrastructure managers, railway undertakings, entities in charge of maintenance. And we need to be transparent about the mistakes that happen, and we need to be able to collectively learn from them. This will become imperative. It doesn't help that everybody needs to repeat the same mistakes. We need to openly share information in order to be able to improve. Now, coming back to learning, we need to enhance the dissemination of European Union legislation in railway safety. And of course, we have significantly enhanced our portfolio, and this happens under the umbrella of ERA Academy. We are there, and we have many representatives of our team here in the room. We are there to support you. I talked before about building a community of railway safety, community assembled here in this room. But our ambition is also that us as ERA, we stay at the heart of this community. Our team has just rolled out the first open training session, and we are implementing e-learning modules, which you can find on the ERA website under Safety Training and Assistance to Rail Stakeholders. There, we offer trainings for all those who are interested in topics such as safety leadership training, organizational just culture training, investigating SMS training, and more. These trainings represent the next step in the evolution of the agency's rail safety program, and I would like to take this opportunity to warmly thank our team and to congratulate them for their great work. Thank you very much. So, we are assembled here in Tallinn, and now what can we learn at this conference? Looking at the program, I can only say there is plenty. For example, we will hear about safety culture peer review. I was talking before about building a community for rail safety, and inviting your peers to review your safety culture requires, of course, some high level of maturity and, of course, also trust among the people involved. And I would specifically like to thank our colleagues from CER that they take the leap and present today also our colleagues from UIC who will talk about fostering cooperation through the Twinning 2 project. The Commissioner said learning is not limited to our own sector, and I am especially looking forward today to hearing about the latest news from other industries such as nuclear, mining, and the maritime sectors. A special thanks to the speakers from the other safety critical sectors. Our colleagues from the UK RSSB, from the Institute of Research in Safety and Human Factors and the Portuguese Office for the Prevention of Investigation of Accidents in Civil Aviation and Rail, will tell us what we can learn from investigations, while our colleagues from the Norwegian Rail Authority, from the Technical University Delft and the Lithuanian Railways will share the insights about learning from monitoring. We will also learn about Operation Lifesaver, an initiative started in the US and continued here in Estonia, demonstrating how important communication and campaigning can be in a positive safety culture. This topic we will further explore in 8 parallel workshops on day 2. It will be hard to make a choice with so many appealing options. Innovative learning solutions that foster safe behavior and increase the outreach of important safety messages, such as nudges and virtual reality, will also be presented. As stated by the Commissioner, leadership is paramount for safety, and we will have the pleasure of hearing about ongoing work conducted at Irish Rail on how to develop safety leadership skills throughout an organization. You can see we have an impressive and diverse lineup of speakers laying the foundation for effective learning and presenting a vibrant community. Thank you all for being here, and we are excited to have you here. Before I leave you, I would just have a quick word to thank our co-hosts from Estonia for the kind reception here in Tallinn, the team from the Estonian National Railways for their impressive engagement in the build-up of this conference, the City of Tallinn, the Estonian National Safety Authority, TTJA, the train operator Eltron, and the Estonian Academy of Security Sciences. Many thanks to you all for helping us to make these safety days happen. Thank you for the good collaboration and the European spirit. Now, let us get to work, let us learn. I wish you an enjoyable, interesting, and fruitful European Safety Days 2023. And now I ask the representative of the Estonian Ministry, Sandu, to the stage. Please come up and join me on the stage.
Good morning from my side as well. Thank you, Josef, for the introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tallinn. It's glad that you have chosen this really important event to take place in Tallinn. As mentioned, Tallinn is the green capital for Europe for this year. Really important, not only for Tallinn, but also for Estonia as well. Why I stand here in front of you as representative of Minister of Climate, you may ask. 2 reasons. First of all, railways, as Josef also mentioned, one of the safetiest modes of land transport, but as well as one of the greenest modes of transport. So railroads, really important also from Estonian side, and why the Minister of Climate is in the first time in Estonian history In that formulation, it was composed from 2 ministries. It was built up on the Ministry of Environment, but also land transport, maritime, energy were composed to this ministry. Now we have a Ministry of Climate. So we have 2 really important areas together, the environmental aspect, but also the infrastructure part. Why I would say that it is really important for Estonia as well to have this kind of learning exercise, because today we only have so-called the Russian gateway railways. But as you're all aware, we are building the Rail Baltic. That would be a big step also regarding rail safety aspect, because we never had a high-speed rail before. So we need experience and to have those good knowledge of how to have safety operations on a high-speed railway. So these kinds of gathering are really vital for us. Also, what is important for us, because we are increasing our railroad speeds, and as you know, increasing with the speed, the more risk comes. So again, we are in this position at the moment where we really need your expertise on how to have a safety operational railways in 2 different gateways. So I would say that this is a good way to exchange knowledges. What we have, because our railway network at the moment is quite old, and we're doing a lot, and the railways in the upcoming years are really in a focus also from the governmental side, not only to improve, but also on the aspect of safety, to increasing or to the new ways of automation of traffic management, or replacing the old command and signaling posts, so to have a really safe network. And why I say that it is important at this stage, because not only do we have to upgrade our infrastructure, we will have more than 40% of railway carriage increased in over next years. In 2025, 2026, we will have 16 new trains. It may not seem as much to the bigger member states and to the bigger countries, but for us it's increase in 2 years for more than 40% of the whole train network, or the whole train volume. So we need really to look into the safety aspects, and we have just in the first year we have adopted a new act that we will now start putting into action, and there will be several initiatives to increase the rail safety. Look over the level crossings where the speed is up to 160 kilometers. We have to have automatic barriers. So again, we have the railway and railway safety at top of our agenda for upcoming decade, I would say. And what also Josef mentioned, really important is the learning part. And you mentioned also the Operation Lifesaver Estonia. I'm glad to say that this is the 20th of anniversary, in a sense that when we picked up the idea of introducing this voluntary organization in Estonia. You will meet Tamo. I don't know if Tamo is in the room today. No? Okay. He will join tomorrow. But not only learning is the key word, but I would say that the commitment is the next word I would emphasize in this slide, because Tamo has basically built up the whole organization in Estonia. He was the first to go to US and learn about it and bring the idea back to Estonia, and he has been ever since with the project, and I'm really glad that all the other organizations or enterprises in Estonia, whether it's the Estonian Railway Authority, Operail, Elron, who are the let's say cargo and passenger traffic operators, they have all been a part of this organization and put their knowledge and efforts to making it really a success story for Estonia. So I'm glad that you will have a lot going on around Operation Lifesaver Estonian knowledge, and it will be shared for you in the upcoming days. So to conclude, I'm really glad that you have chosen Tallinn to be the place to have this event, because, as I mentioned, we have a lot going on regarding railways. Railways is on top of agenda for the decade, I would say, in Estonia, and rail safety is the key word that goes throughout all the initiatives that we have. And what I can also say that I will meet the commissioner tomorrow, so I can say to her the kind words and the applause that you gave her. So I can give the greetings from my side and from all of your side. So I wish you a good upcoming days and sharing the knowledge and learning, and thank you for having here.
Thank you very much, Secretary of State Salmu. Thank you, Josef, for giving this overview of the agenda. And I kindly invite you also to scan your QR code here if you want to have more detail about the agenda. The detailed agenda will be accessible here. You may also perceive a second QR code on the back, which is a great sesame, because with this you will be able to take any public transportation to visit beautiful Tallinn during your stay. Also, I need to ask you to tell you that if you have to make change regarding your plan, like your workshops or your technical visit, or if you forgot to select your workshop, you are kindly invited to go to the registration desk, or to send, even better, to send an email to safetydays@era.europa.eu. Before moving on to our first session, I also would like to introduce our three distinguished commentators who will enrich the conference with their viewpoints during the closure today and tomorrow. And first, we'll have the business perspective with Lars Zimmermann. Lars, thank you. Lars has worked extensively in the aviation industry before creating his company, T2P Solutions, based here in Tallinn, a company which provides high-service advisory to railway undertaking and infrastructure managers. Second, we will have the National Safety Authority perspective with Amelia Areas. Amelia is head of the Portuguese National Safety Authority. She has a broad experience in railways, where she has been an advisor for the European institutions as well as the Portuguese government, and she has been involved in the research projects as well. Last but not least, we have the research perspectives with Jean-Christophe Lecoz. Jean-Christophe is research director at INERIS, which is the French Institute for Environmental Safety. And he is also editor of Safety Science, clear reference for safety science. Yes, so we will have the pleasure to hear from them during the closure, and also Amelia and Jean-Christophe are also conducting workshops tomorrow morning.